Hi everyone, welcome to the Facts of Life lecture series. We are now in the second lecture of the first module, and in this lecture I'm going to go over all of those details that help you be successful in the class. And just a quick note that I know that having a fully online course may not have been how you wanted to get this content, but rest assured I've spent quite a lot of time over the summer working to make this class as successful as it can be, and I'm really excited about this semester. And what I want us to do is to enter into this course really seeing ourselves as a learning community. And to that point, I made a word cloud here of all of the majors of the students that are taking this section of the course. And so what you can see is we have a lot of diverse backgrounds. That makes this a really fun thing that we enter into, trying to learn about biology from all these perspectives. And so you will have opportunities to learn from fellow students, and I really hope that you take as much advantage of that as you can. And let's have fun this semester. Okay, so going over the syllabus, the first thing to keep in mind, and the thing that should be your guiding principle throughout the course, is our course goals. So first, you guys will learn about the key concepts in biology, all the way from ecosystems to molecules. Secondly, I'm going to expect you guys to work on improving your writing skills. These are really important across all fields, and we will be focusing on synthesizing information from multiple sources to address questions of interest. And finally, I expect you guys to learn how to connect research in biology to your own studies and to your daily lives. And so keep all of these in mind. We want to always be doing all three of these throughout the semester. So you guys should already have the textbook, and if you look at the back of your syllabus, you will find a course calendar. And I've just pasted it here so you can see I've highlighted where the readings are on that course calendar. And it'll also be on your Canvas site, which I'm going to talk about in the next slide. Okay, and this is what your Canvas site looks like. So this is the home page where we've got general information. We also have at the bottom of that home page some contact information for different resources on campus in case you come across any problems over the semester. Over here on the left, you can find all of the resources that Canvas has that we're using in this course. And on the right, you can find a list of the upcoming due dates. I think what you'll probably use most on our Canvas site is the modules. So these are organized, excuse me. These are organized by date. And this slide was initially made earlier in the summer when September 9th or September 8th was going to be the first day of class. So don't worry too much about that specific date. What I want you to see is the content. So because we're going over the syllabus today, that's on the first day of class on the modules. We have the lectures in video form. We also have PDFs of the slides in case you can't watch the videos for some reason, there's technical issues or whatever it is. And then if there's any assignments like there is for, it'll actually be the next class, you'll see that there in the modules. So you'll have links to everything. And this is what the videos look like. And I want to bring up three issues, or three, it's not issues at all, it's resources, it's good things about the lectures. The first is that you can change the speed of the lecture. And so if there's a concept that's particularly difficult for you to wrap your mind around, you can slow down my speaking. If instead you feel like you have a good grasp on the concept and you want me to go a little faster, you can speed it up. And that's just right here. Next to it is a closed caption option. So that's really great if for some reason you don't have headphones, you can't listen to what I'm saying. It's also good if you just want to be able to hear the words and see the words at the same time. And finally, remember that you can watch these videos as often as you want to. You can scroll around them, so there's a lot of opportunities for you to engage with the material. Okay, so the next topic is communications with me. So I really do want to be a part of this learning community. I want you guys to feel comfortable talking to me about any questions that you have regarding the content in this course. And there are a few different ways for you to do that. The first is my office hours, which will be a great opportunity for you guys to come in and talk to me using video conferencing. So I will be holding them Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11 a.m. If anyone can't meet with me at that time, you can email me to schedule an appointment. I'm going to be hosting it in I'm going to be hosting office hours in my WebEx room, which you can see the URL for right here. And then we have standard video conferencing tools down here. I just want to make note that while there is an option for me to record, I will never do that without your permission. I wouldn't even have a reason to record you without your knowledge. But if you, for some reason, want to ask me to record because you want to go back and look at that discussion again, I can record it and then send it to you. It's just, I want to be very clear that I take your privacy seriously and I will not record you without your knowledge. And so then over here on the right, you can see everyone who's in the room at a given time. If I'm talking to someone and you have similar questions, you can feel free to chime in. And you can use the chat function if you don't feel comfortable interrupting the conversation. And I'll be keeping an eye on that chat function, the chats that come in, so I can help everyone out during my office hours. We also have a discussions page in Canvas, and this is something where if you have any questions about any of the lectures or anything to do with the class, you can post your question. If you are inspired by something that you hear and just want to have a discussion, you can do that as well. If you go to the discussions tab and see that I haven't responded yet to someone's question, but you're pretty sure you know the answer, please feel free to do that. Again, we're part of this learning community. And finally, you can email me. So I have a fairly detailed email policy, and this is just through a lot of teaching. I've learned that having a standard policy really does help everyone. And first, keep in mind that there are over 50 of you and just one of me, so try not to inundate me with emails. But I want to be available for you if you need help. So you are welcome to email me. In your email, please address me as Dr. Savage or Professor Savage. Secondly, include a subject line in your email. So we want to be able to find those emails in the future if we want to look back up those conversations that we had. It's very, very difficult to do when you don't include a subject in your email, so I'm only going to respond to emails with a subject. And in a related point here, I consider after 6 o'clock on weekdays and Saturdays and Sundays to be my time for my family. So I'm not going to respond to most emails during those hours. I'll return to them Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. If there's something that you feel needs to be addressed right away, then please put urgent in the subject line so I know to flag that and not just save it for later. If you're struggling with a quiz or a homework assignment, first tell me everything that you've already done to address the problem yourself. So what we don't want is a situation where I end up just being kind of like a glorified Alexa or Siri. I want to see that you've done some work to try to find an answer on your own. That will enrich your learning experience rather than just being told the answer. However, I don't want you to spend a ton of time struggling to find answers on your own when I'm here as a resource. So be judicious and just tell me everything that you've already done to address your question, and then I can come in and kind of fill in the missing pieces for you and help you out more specifically. Next, remember to always use professional and courteous language. You know, people sometimes get frustrated during their coursework, but it's not appropriate to take that out on your professor. And this is a professional setting. And so you guys should all get in the habit of always being professional and courteous and, you know, using proper grammar and everything else in your emailing. And finally, be aware that the only time that you can expect an absolute immediate answer from me is during office hours. So those office hours are your time. But other times, I have other work that I'm doing, other classes I'm teaching research students, and so I will respond to you, but don't expect immediate responses. And that means don't email 9:00 p.m. the night before an exam. Do, you know, be aware of how time sensitive your needs are. Okay, so in terms of grading, we have various opportunities for you to get points. I do want to make the point that I don't give grades, you earn grades. And so you can always figure out what your grade is without asking me, just by figuring out what you've already earned. So every module, you're going to have what we call discovery questions, where you're going to submit your own question about how course content affects your life and or current events. So that means that this isn't just a question about something that I said in the lecture. That would go in the discussions tab. This is something where you're reflecting on what you've learned in the lectures and thinking about how it relates to your life. Now, you're going to be using those discovery questions to write approximately 300-word essays that answers one of those questions. Now, we have 3 main subject areas that will have discovery essays based on. So it'll be ecology and evolution, organismal biology, and cellular and molecular biology. These will be due the first class day after each exam. And you're actually only going to have 2 discovery essays. And you guys have randomly been put into groups. So a third of the class is going to write discovery essays about the first and second subject topics. The second group is doing the first and third, and the third group is doing the second and third. So let me know if you have any questions about that. You can find your group in the Canvas page. Check your syllabus and the course calendar to see about our other homework. And this is only 50 points, a few small assignments that are important, but I'm not going to go over them in detail here. We have 1 quiz per week, so it's usually going to be over 2 modules. And then we have regular exams. There are going to be 3 for each of those content areas, but the lowest score will be dropped. So you'll only have on your final grade 2 regular exams. And we're actually not going to have guest lectures. It was just one extra thing I didn't want to put on your plate. And so you can disregard that part of the text box. And then we'll have a final exam during our final exam period. And it will be comprehensive, but there will be extra content from the genetics portion of the class because there's no regular exam for that content. Okay, so at the end of your syllabus, you'll find a course calendar, which will have all of the assignments, the topics that we're talking about in the lectures that day, and the readings that you'll have to do. Just wanted to point out that you can always look at that to get an overview of what we're doing. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. If you have any questions, please use the discussions tab of Canvas to ask them. As I said earlier, you can always help out your fellow students. I will be available on WebEx during my office hours, and I really look forward to the semester. Thanks, everyone.